All right, it is time for another drawing in the dark. This one happens to be episode 1 of season 3, and it's going to be getting a little bit different for this for the drawing in the dark video series. Today, I'm going to be drawing a Captain America zombie, and as usual, I would just start working in with a bunch of general shapes. The composition kind of came quickly to me here, and I did run into a couple of odd little challenges. I didn't like the direction that the left arm was going, being lifted up, and so I decided to reposition it down. And of course, because these are all done in ballpoint pen, I can't really just erase what I had drawn, and I wanted to use it. So I figured out with the hand composition and stuff that I was doing for that left arm, I was able to turn it into this figure that I think ended up actually working out really, really nicely for this. But yeah, once I start getting into all the basic shapes and stuff, getting my general layout figured out compositionally, where everything is going to go, then it's really time to start getting in there and working up a lot of the details. I did have a bit of reference for this, and so I did want to make sure that like Captain America's costume looked more of like the modern kind of version, but then at the same time I just kind of wanted to go off and play around with just drawing a zombie. Part of my goal now with season 3 of Drawing in the Dark is to move towards just more generally creepier, darker, weirder pieces and stuff, not quite so much the pop culture or the fan art stuff. I am going to be moving all of that to another playlist that I'm going to start basically another format for doing like fan art and stuff. I'll have a different title sequence and a different name to the videos and stuff. And so that will, because I do really enjoy doing a lot of fan art, doing a lot of pop culture stuff, and I do want to keep doing it, but I do want to move the Drawing in the Dark show, as it were, to something that was more apt to the title and more of what I had originally imagined, which was doing a lot of like creepier, moodier, darker pieces. And so that's what I'm going to do. This is basically going to be like a bit of a transition as I go through. The next few pieces are going to be still a little bit more on the pop culture angle, and then from there I'm going to just get more and more weird and dark and creepy, and skulls and tentacles and weird stuff like that, gravestones and everything, more occult references and stuff like that. And then I'm also going to be working on a how to draw series where I'm just going to go over drawing a bunch of different stuff, but a little bit more directed. I'm going to be doing a series of probably around like 5 videos, just going over drawing skulls in different ways, really, and then going from there as far as like what to do, like for how to draw stuff. Really, my plan is just look at a lot of other YouTube videos that do how to draw sequences and step-by-step stuff, and then just kind of like make my own versions. I mean, what the hell, right? But yeah, I did really enjoy how this one turned out. It got a little dicey there for a little bit, but how I was able to turn this arm into an interesting kind of background character really added a lot to the piece. I was actually kind of surprised at how well it all worked out, because just looking at what the scribbles were, not as what I originally intended it to be, but just looking at what kind of shapes were available to me, I saw that figure and was able to pull it out of that mess and really kind of made it look intentional, and even I think like well composed. There is a bit of a moment happening in this piece where it's even telling a little bit of a story, how we've got this like Iron Man War Machine kind of character here flying up behind zombie Cap to like take him out, but not before, Cap kind of realizes he's coming. And then a little bit of an explosion in there. That was a lot to, use up a lot of the other like random lines and stuff that were in the piece, and just give it a little bit more of a dynamic. And then it was, building up and playing with some shading and stuff. I think I could have been a little bit more consistent and detailed on the inside of the shield, especially the shading. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, there's a lot of things that could have been done better, handled better, composed better. But at the same time, just for, you know, starting blind, no pre-sketching or anything, all ballpoint pen, and done in a couple of hours. I think that this all generally turned out really well. In fact, I think it's kind of a piece that I wouldn't, you know, I'd almost be willing to refine it and stuff and turn it into something that could be turned into a print. But I'm trying to do less of that with like fan art and stuff, especially really heavy fan art. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. Check out Pop Culture Classics, our podcast, of course, wherever podcasts are found. We've got t-shirts on our website, jademonkey.net, a bunch of different t-shirt designs and stuff. All of them are pretty cool. I've really enjoyed a lot of them. And then our art books are all available on Amazon. The links are in the description. We've got The Curse of the Jade Monkey, the comic, or the All Skulls coloring book, and the comic book planner. All very cool, all very available. And then if you feel like you might be missing out, there's always the Patreon page where I do a lot of exclusive content. I post videos that are only going up there. Half of the drawings that you see in a lot of these videos, I do cover and show on the Patreon page. So if you want to see those, you got to check out the Patreon. But thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.